Visionaries, welcome back for another video about merch by Amazon and POD. First, I would like to thank everyone who has subscribed. The subscribers are growing by leaps and bounds on the planet. If you are not subscribed, please do subscribe. Wanted to come to you today and talk about my 45-day experiment with an awesome design that I am getting excellent sales on, and I just want to share that with you guys in case there's nuggets in this case study that's going to help you grow your portfolio and have some really profitable designs that continue to grow. And so I wanted to share this with you today. I wanted to give you a snapshot of what's been going on with the design, the ups and downs of it, the pitfalls that I've encountered for this one particular shirt. Has been kind of like a full-time focus for my portfolio, but well worth it. I've earned about $600 in royalties over the sale of the 99 designs, and you'll kind of see how that's broken up a little bit into the different shirt types and color variations and things of that nature. I will not obviously show you the specific design, but just kind of giving you some insight to how I covered the market, the particular niche that I'm focused on to get these sales. And I continue to get at least 3 to 4 sales a day from the varying designs of the shirt that's within the niche, and it's a totally different focus from the other shirts in the niche, so people haven't come from this angle before. And like I was mentioning to you before, it's important for you to provide something unique to clients, to customers. Otherwise you're kind of just fitting in, mixing in with the various other choices that they have out there in your portfolio. You will get sales, but probably not to the extent of the sales that you're looking to gain. So hopefully this is helpful to you. I'm going to start out with where I am so far in my earnings for April. Obviously we still have 1 day to go, this being today. So the numbers that you're seeing right now are not inclusive of the sales that I've made today, but I hope to end this month around $700 in royalties. Now that is less than what I made last month. As you can see, I made around $890 in royalties last month with 200 sales. I hope to finish this month with about 150 sales. As you can see, yesterday I made about 12 sales in comparison to last Monday. I had about 7 sales. So as you can see, the trend over the last week for me has pretty been lucky number 7s, all except for last Thursday, Saturday, and then yesterday, which was a great day, individual sales for me to add up to the 12 there, and 3 or 4 of the sales is this particular shirt that I'm going to be talking about in this video. So generally hope to crack the 700 in royalties this month and have about 150, 160 sales. Today will tell where I end the day, but generally have had a great month overall. It was very slow, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos this month, that April was starting out really crazy. So I was kind of like, is it going to be a profitable month or not? And it was starting out to not be, but I'm glad that it rebounded in the 3rd week or so. My AMS ads started performing like they should have been in general, and on from there. So as you can see, the month has kind of rebounded to a nice, end to the month, and hope to carry that momentum into May as we get closer to Mother's Day and graduation and all of that. And I've been making some good sales that way, but I'll come to you guys with more on which shirts were profitable for me for May. But to end this month, I'm glad that sales did turn around, and I'm ending the month where at a more comfortable pace and sales level, royalty volume than I was trending at earlier in the month. So back to the case study. So this shirt, I have those 6 designs were similar in design. They're in one particular niche. They are a different perspective than if you search for this niche, you will find a bunch of shirts that's going down one angle and mine is going down another, because it's really looking at a variation, a colloquialism, a slang way of looking at this particular niche. So, going deeper into that, I often mix niches. So, taking that as the base of my niche, I also kind of took it to a nostalgic place as well. And so it appeals to a specific grouping of people that will want to buy these shirts. So with that, I took my one design variation and utilized different backgrounds, different arrangements of the images to make 5 other variations of the design. They all state the same thing, but the design is slightly different on each one of them. And so it's just a design element or elements that would again appeal to this group and giving them the freedom of choice of which design resonates most with them and what they would pick. So when I started out with the 6 designs, I had some organic traffic starting to them, so I knew that people were looking for these type of shirts, but they were getting lost in the 2,000 or so designs that's already there that are coming from a totally different angle. So I decided to do an AMS campaign to ensure that my shirts would get seen by those that are looking for this specific angle. So started running the AMS ad. I have videos on that talking about the same shirt design that I started out with. I'm essentially daily paying less than 25 cents for the ad to get the multiple impressions and get the multiple sales. The one thing that the AMS ads are doing, I think, are obviously creating awareness of my shirt and getting them in front of the right people. I don't think the people are clicking on the specific ad because I'm not getting charged. But this shirt is selling regularly 3-4 times a day. So the ads are awesome because luckily people aren't clicking on them and I'm not paying for them to view and buy through the ad, but I'm still getting the impressions. And then as my shirts do sell, they start to rank organically as well, and so they're coming to more prominence. So I was rolling along with the sales just fine in the first 10 to 15 days, and then I got a review on one of the shirts, and it wasn't a good review. The shirt printing didn't come out very well, and the person was also upset about the sizing. And I keep finding this, that the larger sizes on the standard shirt probably fit very boxy, and women want something even if they need a larger size to fit their curves, not be a big box around them or snag in certain areas and not be roomy in others. And so I found with the shirts that Port and Company shirts that's what's going on. And so more often my larger size shirts are being returned, especially if it's a design that appeals to women. So this shirt was returned. The person had a negative review, gave it the shirt about 2 stars or something, and was saying that the colors on it wasn't as vibrant as they should have been. They weren't true to the thumbnail image, and then the sizing was off, so she returned it. She wasn't happy with it, and so I went and looked at all the rest of my shirts, and I even ordered one of the shirts that was supposed to have the vibrant colors, and saw right off the bat what she was talking about. The shirt had a kind of neon pinkish color on it, and that's what was represented in the thumbnail, and that's how I designed it, RGB. And it didn't come out that way. It came out like a darker purplish fuchsia type of color. It wasn't a vibrant pink. So even though I had sold about 15 to 20 of those shirts already, I decided, to my chagrin, to take the shirts down. All of the 5 of the 6 design variations that I did of the shirt, to take those 5 down and replace the pink coloring lettering that was across the shirt with white and re-uploaded all of those, and they started selling again like gangbusters. But I lost about a week of sales because people, obviously, when you post new shirts, you have to play the game again and get them ranking again so that they will come up in organic search. And there you have it with this shirt. I did the proper research, was getting crazy sales. AMS ads were running great, but had to take all the shirts down because the coloring was wrong, and then I put them back up. But luckily, they're picking up traction again. So my 30-day, 45-day experiment would have been even greater. Who knows? I might have been able to sell 1,000 in royalties worth of shirts, dollars worth in shirts. So that was the first pitfall that I came across, but quickly pivoted, redesigned the shirts, and pushed them back up so that I can, take advantage of the momentum that was going. The second pitfall is once the second batch of shirts started selling again, you have copycats on the lurking around. Now, they didn't put up variations of my shirts on Amazon, but they put up variations of my shirts on Teasily and various other POD sites, even their own Shopify stores and things of that nature. So yesterday and the day before, I was online Googling, looking to see if my shirt would come up organically in search from the Amazon traction. I also put the shirt up in my Etsy store and Redbubble and my other PODs, and some of those search results, those sites were coming up in the search results and others weren't. And then there was various others that weren't my posting that were coming up as well. And I'm like, oh heck no, I'm gonna try to protect my designs as much as I can. So that's when I started the scavenger hunt for that, and I came across about 4 or 5 sites that had the shirts up. I contacted them all. 3 of the 4 have removed the copycat design, and I hope on the back end that they terminated that individual's account, because I was like, my eyes were bugging out, especially on Teasily, how many stolen designs it probably had under that one account, because they look like various other designs that I see all the time on Amazon, and it was boatloads of them. So I encourage you, if you know you have some strong shirts that have been selling for a while and then they taper off, obviously do a search on Amazon to see if there's any copycats there. But I would encourage you as well, especially if you do great SEO work, and make sure you have the proper keywords and things of that nature, that you look on Google your shirt, look for it and see if it's coming up, and chances are at times there's going to be copycats that have hijacked your shirt design and are getting it ranked on Google, and there you go, that's cutting into your profit. So take it with a grain of salt, and you do what's best for you. Obviously, we can't spend an inordinate amount of time tracking down copycats and protecting every one of our designs, because I have almost 1,500 designs up now on Merch by Amazon, but you want to try to protect at least the ones that you know are going to really be your best sellers for a long time as much as you can. So that was pitfall number 2, and the last one, I hope, for now. But basically, the learnings from this was, when you see that you have a design selling at least 2 to 3 times a day. I have ones that sell 2 to 3 times a month, but on a daily basis and multiples, you really should get behind that. If you have the slots, flood out the niche. If you have the time and some focus on AMS ads, do focus on some for those to make sure that they continue to get the eyeballs that they need on them. I have a lot of shirts that rank generally on the first page through organic search, because I have a method down to make sure that I'm being as focused as possible on keywords in the title and the brand name. And I would say 80 to 90% of my shirts don't have descriptions. I'm going to repeat that again. 80 to 90% of my shirts don't have descriptions, and they still rank on the first page, and I'm not buying them myself. They get found pretty quickly and sell within the first 2 to 3 weeks. So maybe contrary to popular belief, you don't necessarily have to have bullets to get your shirts ranked. It depends on how saturated the niche is. If you're prospecting out niches that are not oversaturated. If you are putting shirts in niches that are oversaturated, you need to niche down so that you're one of maybe, I like to go less than 200 shirts in a niche. I don't even do 500 that often. I might, but my design and the angle that I'm coming from has to be really unique, where an individual that's in that niche is like, whoa, yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for, not all this other stuff that's there. So it takes some brain power, some strategy to make sure that you're delving into an angle, an aspect, a niche, an area that others are not tapping into, and I'm finding them pretty easily. So if you haven't seen my niche research videos from a week ago, I encourage you to take a look at that series too, because this stuff can be done. So the last thing I need to leave you guys with is, once you find, again, that front runner that's going to sell you multiples, let's go with multiples a week. It doesn't even have to be multiples a day, just multiples a week, that you do the research and protect your design, but then also price it appropriately. I mentioned this before. There's a lot of schools of thought, especially when you're first starting out on Merch by Amazon, as to how to price your shirts. A lot of people start out with the lowest price and then bump it up as it starts to sell. If your shirt starts to sell with great frequency, I encourage you to push the limits based on how complicated your design is, how sophisticated it is, obviously. You don't want to have a one-word shirt and then price it at $22.99 or something like that and never get a sale again because somebody came, changed the font color or something like that, which they shouldn't be able to do because it's still copycatting. But anyway, change the font color and then put another shirt up there and then price it at $13.07 and start going up from there, and then you never get a sale again. So you can't price super crazy, but if it's one of its own, which is what is happening with this shirt I'm telling you about, is one of a kind, one of its own, in its own focus within this niche already, that certain people will be looking for it. The world is your oyster. At that point, you price it where you want. So my pricing on this shirt, on this series of shirts, which I have in every shirt type, from the V-neck, the raglan, the tank top, the premium, the standard shirt, I have all the variations, long sleeves, whatever. My standard shirt, I'm pricing that at $24.99. So I'm making $9 per sale. We all talk about wanting the Printful, Printify, Etsy integration royalties. You can do that on Merch by Amazon. The same people that's looking for the design on Etsy probably will venture over to Amazon at some points in time, and buy your shirt. So you don't have to be limited to, let me make $5 a shirt, I'm killing the game. You can make $9-10 a shirt on Amazon. You're just kind of building a brand, getting into the niche, spread a wide net at first, but then when you know of your top selling niches and sub niches, continue to create designs within that. And as your portfolio grows, you know where the sweet spot in certain pricing is, and then push the limit. The reason why I'm able to play with the pricing and have some shirts at $21.99, the standards, Some shirts at $22.99, some at $24.99, and I'm going to push it as far as it's going to go. My long sleeves raglans, they're at $27.28.99. And obviously the sweatshirts up from there. But for the standard shirt and the tank top, which my tank tops are starting to sell for this particular design in general, I'm pushing it. I'm going to go $25.99 in a minute. Once I see that the $24.99 are still selling multiples a day, I'm going to keep going until I find that ceiling. But I'm only able to do that because, again, my shirt is the only one in the niche that has that particular focus. Can you find those? Can you find shirts that are play on words that others haven't done yet? I'm sure you can. There's various ones out there. I come up with different ones every day, and then they start selling right off the bat. You know you have a winner when you put a shirt up and it sells the same day. That's what happened with the tank top of this shirt design, this niche that I'm telling you guys about. So it's going to take some trial and error. If you're just starting out on Merch by Amazon, you're tier 10, tier 25, tier 100, this is your time to experiment on what niches are going to be profitable for you. Whether you have 10 slots or 10,000 slots, the real estate in your portfolio is very precious, and you should know and believe in your designs right off the bat. If you don't, and you're kind of like, why is it not selling? You can feel what's going to sell and what's not going to sell. If you just copied something and made the 45th to the 1,000th variation of somebody else's shirt, and they already have momentum and they're already selling and they're already on the first page in search results, what do you think your shirt is going to do? Even if you put an ad out there and do 1307, what are you going to do? 1307 for the rest of your merch business? I mean, that whole philosophy is kind of whacked out. So I would encourage you to price based on the niche, price based on the quality of your design, but do think toward upping the quality. I'm not a designer by trade, but there are certain things I picked up, certain aesthetic that I like in my shirts, what I would wear. Earlier on, as I was designing stuff, I'm like, I wouldn't wear this. This is not up to par with the quality that I would be focused on. It's too busy, it's too this, it's too that, it's too cartoonish, it's too whatever. You know, you have an eye enough to know what you would like to wear, so start designing like you would wear it, even if you're not in the niche, in that hobby, in that occupation or whatever. From a design perspective, you have an idea what looks good and what doesn't. And so you tweak that. And so designers that's on here, you guys already know this, so I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. But in terms of then developing your overall strategy around your designs and not being married to the fact that you have the most beautiful design in the world, which you probably do if you're a designer by trade. But how are you going to market this thing? So you're going from your design creativity sense to how am I going to attract customers, the business, the marketing, the SEO. So that's what I have to share with you guys in this case study. I'm going to keep you posted on this particular shirt, but on my growth and focus on my portfolio overall. As you guys know, I'm tier 2000 and I've filled up about 1,400 of my slots. So over the next few weeks, I hope to max out my 2,000 slots. I have about 1,150 sales, so I have lots of sales to go till I'm eligible for tier 4,000. I think you go from 2,000 to 4,000. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. But on my video this Thursday and Saturday, I'm probably going to switch over to other POD stuff and talk to you guys about some more Etsy, a little bit more about other kind of design tools and things outside of POD to a certain extent, but still design. If you have clients and looking to diversify what kind of designs you do, from t-shirt designs to logos, letterhead, stationery, websites, whatever it is, kind of some other resources that I utilize with my clients as well. So I look forward to bringing that to you guys. And again, if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. And some of these videos are going to be longer than others, and I appreciate you guys for hanging in with me all the way to the end. But hopefully you've learned some great stuff. So please do comment below and let me know some of the things that you've encountered during your Merch by Amazon experience, POD, t-shirt business, whatever you're into. And thank you for visiting the planet, and bring others. So do like and share. So until next time, be well and peace, family.